Hi, this is Jessica DeMassa in the Guidewell Insights Lounge. I'm here at Singularity University's Exponential Medicine, and I am joined by Dave Chase. So Dave is the executive producer for The Big Heist, and he is also the managing partner for the Quad Aim Fund. Dave, welcome to the Insights Lounge.
Thank you, my pleasure. Happy to be here.
Thank you, it's a pleasure to have you. So tell me about the film, The Big Heist. What is this? What is this about?
Yeah, I mean, it's the first fiercely nonpartisan film to take a look at healthcare.
Okay.
And when I was out seeking the market gap for my last startup, what I found was, I believe, the greatest heist in American history.
Okay, and what's that?
And it's basically.
Dare I ask?
Yeah. I mean, it's basically we've stolen our future and our present in the way that we're going about attacking healthcare or approaching healthcare. And fortunately there's heroes that are sort of figuring out that next generation of how to do it right.
So what are we doing wrong?
Really, how we purchase healthcare.
Okay.
I mean, of course, we all know about the shift to value and outcomes, and that's really at the root of it. It's just, you look at that at a broad scale, and you look at the implications of that, and one of the rather stark points is the fact that the American middle class is in an economic depression.
Right.
And it's not because employers aren't spending more money. The problem is the healthcare system has kind of gobbled up all the increased money that employers spend. And so there's a great opportunity to improve that, and it's true in the public sector as well.
So talk to me about what needs to change. So what aspect of the financing model or healthcare in general needs to be disrupted to really bring us to a better tomorrow? Yeah,
I mean, I think one of the best examples that you see in almost every case is how we approach primary care.
Okay.
We have turned primary care, we've really done everything imaginable to undermine primary care in this country when it's really the foundation of a healthy healthcare system.
Sure.
And so we have treated it like milk in the back of the store, as like a referral machine to get you to high margin services, as opposed to the foundation. And when you look at the organizations, in Guidewell's neck of the woods, Rosen Hotels has done a terrific job of reinvigorating primary care, and it's done amazing things for their employees and for their community.
So tell me, I want to catch up with you on another topic. I want to ask you about the quadruple aim.
Yep.
And so remind everybody what the quadruple aim is first, and then I would like to know state of play. Where are we with the quadruple aim?
Yeah, great. I think most people watching this probably know about the triple aim.
Yeah.
It's better patient experience, better outcomes, lower costs.
Right.
What I found, I've really been on this 7-year quest to kind of find who's figured it out.
Right.
Figured out healthcare. And what I found consistently is the ones who figured it out actually focus on a fourth aim, thus the quadruple aim. They focus in on caring for the care team. And it's really common sense, but we know the least common thing is common sense, is if you care for the care team, it naturally leads to a better patient experience. When that happens, that's when that partnership happens.
Right.
That can't help but improve outcomes, and in the proper models that leads to lower costs, therefore the quadruple aim. And it's just really amazing what these organizations are doing.
We've been hearing a lot about the care team in particular, and I know especially recently there's been a lot of talk about provider burnout and things like that. So how do you feel, how do you feel we're tracking on the quadruple aim? Are we making any progress? Are we making progress on all four aims? One or the other? Where are we lacking behind?
It's a good question.
Give me some status here.
I'll confess I'm a congenital optimist and glass half full kind of guy. And so, there's that overused quote, the future is here, it's just unevenly distributed. And that's the way I look at it. There's a bunch of places where people have understood and overachieved on the quadruple aim. Now, is it nearly enough? No. And so the more that people learn about those models and see, wow, this can actually work for all the parties, then it becomes magnetic. I mean, certainly, going back to primary care, those organizations that are doing that have no problem recruiting primary care docs.
Right.
And even bringing docs that may have trained in internal medicine and specialized because of what we've done to primary care, and they've come back to primary care. So there's great examples like that all over the country.
So tell me, you write a ton about healthcare, and I read you all the time, and I know you've got the Rosetta Stone of health, which leads forward, what the vision for the future should be like. So tell me, what trends, like at a macro level, are you seeing that's driving the paradigm shift that we're in right now in terms of healthcare?
Yeah.
What shift in thinking?
I would say that, at a certain point, there's the trend line that makes it it may look like healthcare is going to be 100% of our GDP, but it actually does reach a breaking point. And I think one of the real catalysts now is we just passed the tipping point of 50% of the workforce has a high deductible plan. And then the other big driver that I think is not appreciated is millennials are now the biggest chunk of the workforce.
Right.
In 10 years, they're going to be, depending on numbers you believe, 2/3 or 3/4 of the workforce. And like many other things, young people drive change. Whether it's smartphones and social media, or it's food. I mean, like so-called big foods had their worst earnings lately, and it's attributed to millennials changing their habits. And so that's, I think, one of these hidden things that, it's not like, when energy changed in cities, it like oil and steam power didn't turn off one day and electricity came on. There's this overlap period. And so I think that's what you're going to see is more and more employers are rolling in new benefits with these new models that maybe millennials, maybe people who just want those new models. That's kind of how it's rolling in.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to ask you one final question to wrap up. And so, I mean, the name of your film is The Big Heist. So something has been taken away from us. Yeah. And I've been asking almost everybody, what has you optimistic about the future of healthcare? So, I mean, I'm marrying those two ideas. So is whatever has been taken away from us going to be restored, or are we going to get something new in its place? What has you optimistic for the future?
Well, I mean, where my optimism is the folks who figured out how to kind of fix and unbreak healthcare, almost always it's doctor entrepreneurs, that they really understand the system, they understand the shortcomings, and they're reinventing healthcare. And it is just exploding. Where a lot of us are calling it the Health 3.0 movement.
Right.
And so that gives me a lot of optimism that becomes infectious at a certain point in a good way.
Excellent.
And so that gives me a lot of optimism.
That's wonderful. And I know I want to give you an opportunity. Where can people find out more about the film?
Yeah, just go to bigheistmovie.com.
Okay.
And you can get all the information.
And that Health
there.
3.0 movement is Unbreak Healthcare. Is that the hashtag for that?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, hashtag
Unbreak Healthcare.
Okay, cool. Well, Dave, thank you so much for joining us.
My
It's always
pleasure.
such a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you. So I'm Jessica DeMassa in the Guidewell Insights Lounge here at Singularity University's Exponential Medicine. Thank you for joining us.